Hello, my name is Ruby and I'm the trainee youth worker for St Mary's. It's lovely to see you all and I really hope you're doing well, especially in this weird time. But I'm here not because of that, but because you guys are wanting a story about the Garden of Gethsemane. Now, the moment I heard that you guys were wanting this, in full youth worker dedication, I chose to transport myself to Jerusalem, to the very garden itself, and have spent the morning trying to understand why this garden is so important to the Easter story. Now, I've spent the whole morning here. I've also made use of the local coffee shop. The coffee is divine. And in doing so, with chatting with all these people, I think I finally understand why it's important. But I have a question for you. What do you guys know about the Garden of Gethsemane? I'm going to be honest, until I got here, I don't think I actually was pronouncing the name of the garden right. It was Gethsemane, it was Gethsemane, but no, it's Gethsemane. But yeah, so what do you guys know about the Garden of Gethsemane? I mean, you can tell it's pretty. You can tell there's lovely paths and sunshine, and there's lots and lots of olives. But other than that, what do you think about this garden? So here we have 3 depictions of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And quite a lot of the time, Jesus is shown to be by himself. Now, why do you think that is? I mean, this place was a busy place to hang out. It was a social occasion place where people used to meet up and chat. People used to drink together. People even used to use it as a temporary campsite. And considering the fact that it's so close to Passover, there would have been a lot of people around. I think that these pictures show that Jesus felt really lonely. I mean, his friends were sleeping. Other people who would have known him were elsewhere. And so Jesus is found in this mass and sea of people and yet feels lonely. I wonder if anybody has felt like that. I certainly have. But I think it's also the fact that Jesus was probably sad because he knew what was about to come. He knew the sacrifice he would have to make. I mean, we all know how the Easter story ends. The disciples didn't, but Jesus did. I also think he couldn't sleep because of all those built up feelings. The disciples didn't have to contend with that. No, because yes, it was their friend who was to be worried about, but they themselves weren't as much at risk. I wonder, what would you do if you knew the awful things that were going to happen to you? All that anger and sadness and worry and confusion and unable to sleep. What would you do? Let's find out what happens next.
As we also have forgiven our debtors, and do not bring us to the time of trial, but rescue us from the evil. Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet your will be done. Are you still taking your rest? See, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand.
There they are. Greetings, Rabbi.
Friend, do what you are here to do. Peter, enough.
No.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that part of the Bible shows the disciples in a very good light. I mean, first of all, the disciples are sleeping on the job when they should probably be taking care of Jesus and comforting him because he's clearly worried about what's going to happen. But then Peter goes and makes it worse by chopping off someone's ear. The very man that Jesus is going to be taken to prison by. No doubt that would have made it worse by getting more guards involved and would have involved even more of a fight. Jesus could have gone along with it. Jesus could have said, yeah, let's go have a fight. But no, he tells Peter off and he chooses to heal the very guard who's going to take him away. And he forgives his disciples for what they've done, including Judas, who's arrived with the guards. That, to me, shows so much care and compassion. And quite frankly, when I've had an argument with somebody, it takes me ages to forgive them. I do eventually. But think about the times when you've had disagreements in the playground, per se. Or hopefully not many of you, but if you've had a fight, what causes that pent up energy and anger? And would you just be able to stop and be completely calm and tell the disciples that everything's going to be okay? That takes guts, as far as I'm concerned. Jesus felt scared, alone. Jesus knew what was coming to him, and he had the strength to do what needed to be done. And you may wonder how he found this strength. He did it through prayer. You saw at the beginning of the video, he was kneeling at a rock and praying to God for the strength to continue. And we all can. We all can pray for the strength to continue, the strength to keep on going in this mad, crazy, confusing COVID world. The strength to have compassion and the strength to think of others before ourselves in this time. But we can all do this with the help of God. So now I invite you guys to do some thinking. I invite you to keep quiet and think about the moments when you've been frustrated, when you feel weak and not strong, when you find it difficult to show kindness and compassion to others. Think about all those moments and just talk to God and ask for his help. Now, I'm going to pray now. So if you want to pray, pray how you like. Whether it's by sign language, keeping quiet, praying in your head, or closing your eyes. I just invite you to pray now. Father, help us through the times when life is confusing. Father, help us through the times when we just don't know what's going on. Father, when we don't know what's going on, Let us not rage with anger over the situation, but let's show compassion to those who are annoying us. Father, fill us with strength to continue, and let us be able to see the light at the end of this, what appears to be a dark tunnel, Father, because you are the way, the truth, and the light. Amen. Now, I'm just going to say a final blessing before we go. Now, this isn't compulsory for you to say. This is just something I'd like to wish you guys before we leave. May you have a day that is fun. May you have a day that is calm and a day that is full of hope. Go in peace and in love. Amen.